Namaste, Namaskar, Vanakkam and welcome. First of all, sorry my friends for this video coming up a bit late, but those of you following regularly know there was an out time on my side, which will, in turn, bring us another nice video soon, namely about Croatia. Wait a minute, did you notice? I'm wearing the same t-shirt than in the last short. That is neither a coincidence nor am I a pig. This is simply because I recorded the short and the intro at the same day, just to let you know. Anyway, my friend Franz and me did some noble ride out the other day to the Swabian Alps with even 2 classic bikes. But let's just see how it was. Hey guys, look at my friend's bike, Yamaha SR500, built in 1981, mileage unknown, real cult object. And off we go to the Swabian Jura, which is the fully correct name in English for it. Situated more or less in between Munich and Stuttgart, it is a mountain range in Baden-Württemberg, extending 220 kilometers from southwest to northeast and 40 to 70 kilometers in width. It is named after the region of Swabia. Now, just my 2 cents on the Yamaha SR500. Actually, she and my Enfield are very similar bikes. They both have a 499cc single-cylinder engine, both are air-cooled, have a 5-speed gearbox and, well, that's where the similarities almost end. The SR500 has 31.5 horsepower with a weight of 158 kg dry. The Enfield has 27.2 horsepower at a weight of 194 kg. Oops! Well, with 90% fuel and oil, but still. However, there is a point which goes to the Enfield, and that is how it's being started. The Enfield has both a kickstart and an electric starter. Both were quite reliable. Now the SR500 only has a kickstart, and the bike is notorious for poor starting, especially when it's warm. Quite often one can see drivers trying to push start their SR500s, with more or sometimes less success. Leave alone, it is a physically challenging act. Hence I think I stick to my Enfield better. Well, at least on this tour, Franz had a lucky hand with his bike, since it always kickstarted without complaint. Oh yeah, then this very embarrassing thing happened. My new phone, which I had just bought a few days before the tour, fell out of my jacket, because I used the wrong outside pocket to store it.
Ja, nur das, was ist los? Ich weiß, ob das Motorrad vielleicht ein Problem hat. Ja, wo geht's? Alles gut. Krass. Danke. Das hat einen Zeitdruck gemacht. Wenn du Hektik des Aufbrechens,
nein. Da darf man keine Hektik machen.
Ja.
Fortunately, a miracle happened so that the phone survived without a scratch. Only the protective rubber shell had a few and the protective glass had a mini crack at one of the phone's corners. Whew. The Swabian Jura, more rarely Schwäbische Jura, sometimes also Swabian Alps in English, occupies the region bounded by the Danube in the southeast and the Upper Neckar in the southwest. Jura, related to Jurassic, derives from the Jura Mountains, of which the Swabian and Franconian plateaus are geographically part. In the southwest it rises to the higher mountains of the Black Forest. The highest mountain in the region is the Lehmberg, with a 1015 meters height. The area's profile resembles a high plateau which slowly falls away to the southeast. The northwestern edge is a steep escarpment covered with forests, while the top is flat or gently rolling. In economic and cultural terms, it is a popular recreation area. The area is a UNESCO Global Geopark covering close to 7,000 square kilometers. In 2015, the Schwäbische Alb was included in the newly established scheme of the UNESCO Global Geoparks. In its central area, it comprises a Swabian Alp Biosphere Reserve around 850 square kilometers. And for us guys, it was now time for a break, to enjoy the great view across the top of the hills. Much of the Swabian Jura consists of gentle to moderate hills, often covered with forest or cleared for the small-scale agriculture. The traditional landscape was grass fields with juniper bushes. Today this has become a comparatively rare sight. However, in certain places it is protected by the government of Baden-Württemberg. The highest elevations reach just over 1000 meters. They are all in the southwestern part of the Jura, in the region of Große Heuberg. Fossils can be found everywhere in the Swabian Jura. Many large and important fossils were found here. This region, located south of the Limes, was part of the Roman Empire from around the 1st to 3rd century AD, and a Roman road ran along the Neckar River and over the plateau. Our perfect timing led us to the Roggenmühle Inn for a lunch break. The former mill is said to have been built in 1371, modernized in 1875. The mill drive still exists today.
Ja, das ist gut möglich. Das ist jetzt die Zeit.
Owned by the Seitz family, thanks to the available fresh water, a new line of business was introduced: fish farming. Also running the former mill as an inn has developed splendidly in the recent decades. The tourist restaurant with beer garden, playground and fish farm is very popular on nice summer weekends. In winter it often snows in the Swabian Jura. Skiing is popular, though the hills are not very steep or high, and numerous small resorts can be found. It is often windy and a bit colder than in the rest of Germany. The region is not densely populated by German standards and has several larger and many small nature reserves. A good way for tourists to get to know the Swabian Jura is to travel on the Schwäbische Albstraße, a national scenic byway. There are many castles and caves, monasteries, churches, ruins and old towns. And finally, just 10 minutes from home, we made it to a colorful Africa festival at a popular venue for cultural events and concerts. There were handicrafts on display, stalls selling traditional clothing and souvenirs, African food, all kinds of drinks and usually my favorite, cool African music.